What's going on, guys? Let's talk about the law of attraction for athletes. Let me take a seat here. I think it's a perfect topic for today because today's one of those days, man, where I know you felt it as an athlete. You're just grinding through things. You wake up, nothing in particular happened, man, but it just seems like one of those days where things just aren't going as smoothly as you would like. Things aren't clicking as smoothly as you like. And it's these days where you got to grind it out, man. And this video isn't about grinding it out or anything like that. The law of attraction for athletes, here's where I think a lot of athletes fall into a trap. Is that they hear about the law of attraction on social media, or they watch a video, or they see a headline or a post or something that says, oh, you just have to imagine it clearly into existence. Or you just have to have the positive energy. A lot of the law of attraction is, you put out positive energy, you get positive energy back. You put out negative energy, you get negative energy back. And I agree with that to a certain extent. But there's a dark side, there's a shadow part, there's a bad side to all good people, man. And it's about dealing with that. Everyone's dark side is a little bit different. Some people have a little bit darker of a dark side than others. But, we don't have to jump into that right now. But the law of attraction for athletes, the big thing that I think a lot of athletes don't understand is that it's great to wish for these things. It's great to want to attract all of these great things in your life. But are you willing to deal with that shadow? Are you willing to deal with that dark side? Are you willing to deal with the days where you don't feel like doing it? Are you willing to deal and grind through when you physically don't feel like it, when you mentally don't feel like it, when you emotionally don't feel like it? And I'm not just talking about grinding through it physically. I actually think it's pretty easy to grind through it physically, man. Just get your body moving, get yourself in the right state. I shouldn't say easy, I should say simple. Because you get your body moving, you get your blood flowing, you get adrenaline going. I think the tough part is getting through it emotionally. I talk a lot about emotional intelligence. There's a lot of research that indicates that emotional intelligence is the most correlated thing with success, more so than IQ, more so than any physical determinant. Emotional intelligence. But the days where you don't feel like 100%, the days where you don't feel like things are clicking, things are going smoothly, you're going to run into resistance. There's a good book called Turning Pro. It's a simple read. It's a thin book. It's about a writer who talks about creativity, putting things together, putting work together, that you will face resistance. Doesn't matter how much you want to attract, or how great or how beautiful the thing is that you want to attract, or how wonderful that thing is going to be. It's really about how you deal with the resistance, how you deal with the shit, how you deal with the shadow, how you deal with the darkness, how you deal with the difficult side of things, that determines if that law of attraction even comes close to becoming true for you. Now, I do agree that you have to be very specific, very detail-oriented with what you want to attract. But I think it's important to note and be aware of that dark side. That's the number one thing with the dark side. Because those that are aware of it, those that have an idea it's going to come up, that you will face resistance, are much better equipped, are much better able to deal with it, with the resistance when it comes up, than those that aren't. And there's a lot of athletes, thousands, probably millions of athletes, that, like the law of attraction, they want to attract things, they have these big goals, these big aspirations, but then the resistance comes, the dark side comes, the shadow comes. Then all of a sudden, they can't deal with it emotionally. I'll be honest. If I'm being completely transparent, man, I could deal with it physically. I remember as an athlete, here's a quick story before I jump off this video. You know, I would struggle as an athlete sometimes in college. I remember one weekend we were in Connecticut. My college was in Maryland, so it was about an 8-hour bus trip. So we took the bus home. We got home Sunday night at like 11, 12 at night. And I had the coach open the weight room for me just to physically get moving. And obviously the physical part helps the emotional part by just moving, getting your heart rate up and sweating and all that good stuff. And you feel better. But the emotional side of it lasts a little bit longer than that physical side. So what are you dealing with? What are the things that creep up? That's your dark side. That's your resistance. And how are you dealing with it? So today's one of those days. I made a commitment to myself that I was going to make a video every single day. And I've done it ever since I made that commitment. So I appreciate you guys coming from the heart. That's the only way I made this video today, man, coming from the heart. Because if I'm being honest, didn't feel like it today. But my heart is here to serve. So appreciate you guys. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on the next one.